Naoki Kitsuneya. The settlement of Aoihana wasn't on any map. Nestled in a valley choked with rust-colored dust and the skeletal remains of pre-collapse machinery, it appeared peaceful. Unnaturally so. Everything was ordered. Houses built from salvaged metal and plastic were painted in muted pastels. The inhabitants, all remarkably young and beautiful, moved with a serene, almost vacant grace. The rule was simple, spoken without inflection during the weekly gatherings: embrace the stillness. No laughter, no tears, no spontaneous music. Only the gentle hum of the reclamation machines and the whispered recitation of the founder's verses. They farmed phosphorescent fungi in the abandoned subway tunnels, a strange, ethereal glow illuminating their placid faces. It wasn't paradise, not exactly, more like a meticulously curated dream. I arrived on foot, dragging a battered synth guitar and a satchel full of scavenged data chips. They called me the Wanderer before I even spoke, as if anticipating my arrival. My name is Naoki Kitsuneya. I'd seen enough broken settlements to recognize a staged serenity when I saw it. My guitar was a transgression, a vibrant burst of noise in their silent world. The villagers stared, their eyes devoid of curiosity, only a faint, unsettling recognition. A woman named Hana, the apparent caretaker, offered me shelter, but the gesture felt calculated. "The stillness welcomes all," she said, her voice like polished glass. But it asked for adjustment. The adjustment, I quickly learned, involved the reclamation. Every evening, villagers would gather around a colossal rusted machine, the original reason for the settlement's founding, they claimed, and undergo a procedure. They called it cleansing. I started noticing subtle changes in the villagers after each session. A dimming of their eyes, a flattening of their expressions, a complete surrender to the collective calm. I found discarded data chips hidden in the tunnels, fragments of memories and personalities wiped clean. It wasn't a cleansing, it was a systematic erasure. The machine wasn't reclaiming metal, it was reclaiming individuality. Hana started visiting my makeshift shelter, bringing me nutrient paste and whispering warnings about disrupting the harmony. She offered to adjust me, to help me find peace. When I refused, the visits became less frequent, replaced by watchful eyes and subtle acts of sabotage. My guitar strings were cut, my data chips disappeared, and the villagers stopped acknowledging my presence altogether. They were attempting to isolate me, to break me down, to make me compliant. One evening, 2 villagers attempted to lead me to the reclamation machine, their grip surprisingly strong. I wasn't entirely alone. Old man Jiro, a mechanic who feigned complete compliance but maintained a hidden workshop in the tunnels, had been observing the same things. And there was Ren, a young woman whose eyes still held a spark of defiance, hidden behind a veil of placidity. Jiro helped me repair my guitar and access the settlement's network. Ren, surprisingly, began leaving coded messages in the fungal farms, tiny acts of rebellion. We started sharing the data I'd salvaged, fragments of the villagers' lost memories, reminding them of who they once were. A small crack began to form in the stillness. The confrontation happened during the weekly reclamation ceremony. I climbed onto the platform, guitar in hand, and played, not a soothing melody, but a raw, discordant blast of sound. The machine sputtered and coughed. The villagers, initially frozen in shock, began to stir. Ren and Jiro, along with a handful of others, stepped forward, their faces etched with confusion and growing anger. Hana, her composure finally cracking, ordered the guards to subdue us. The guards hesitated. They had seen the memories, felt the stirrings of their lost selves. A brawl erupted, a chaotic mess of bodies and rusted metal. The machine, overloaded by the sonic disruption and the surging emotions, finally exploded in a shower of sparks and steam. I didn't stay to witness the aftermath. The explosion had created a window, a chance to escape. I took Ren and Jiro, along with a few others who had chosen to break free, and we vanished into the rust-colored wasteland. We didn't overthrow the community. We fractured it. We fractured it. A portion of the villagers, still clinging to the stillness, remained, rebuilding, reinforcing their control. The rest, shaken and uncertain, began the arduous process of rediscovering who they were. I knew the stillness wouldn't be truly broken, not entirely, but the seed of doubt had been planted. Years later, I heard whispers of Aoi Hana. It had become a ghost town, a cautionary tale among the wanderers. Some said the villagers had succumbed to madness, haunted by the memories they had tried to erase. Others said they had slowly rebuilt, creating a new kind of community, one based not on control, but on acceptance of the messy, chaotic reality of human existence. I never returned. The rust-colored dust still clings to my clothes, a constant reminder of the fragile line between peace and oblivion, and the enduring power of a single, discordant note.